SEO and Google advertising for lending, mortgage broking, finance broker, business loan, car loan, finance key terms. The hard thing about hard things, great book. Having the hard conversations sometimes. So in this space, we all agree, I hope, that it is really competitive. We're going up against the banks, the big four. All other banks have cash that gets spent on marketing, cash that then drives up the cost per click, which drives the cost per lead. And sometimes the KPI on these ads by the banks is just to hog more results. They're doing it for not just obviously to get the business and show up higher in Google and stuff like that. Sometimes it falls under just brand awareness, brand presence. So what happens is that your cost per click goes up. Now, this is still nowhere near as competitive as injury lawyers. I'm seeing the term business loan is about $65 a click. Lending broker is about $40 a click. Finance broker is $19 a click. Okay. Mortgage broker is $30 a click. Now, these are average numbers shared by Google via Google AdWords Manager, and I've always seen that this is a lie. Why is this a lie? Because I don't want to get technical, but when Google says business loan is $64, it also means that in the variation of the term business loan, there might be a free business loan. So it drops the average down, but you don't want the click for free business loan, right? You just want business loan. So when we do fire up an ad for just business loan, and we only want that key term, Google generally asks for more money than what they've listed in their Google Ad Keyword Planner. So setting expectations in this space is so important for any SEO company, and having the hard conversation when it's just a startup business. So this is a startup, it's a broker. Finance broker is the main key term. He's just opened up the office. He's got no Google reviews. The website's getting no traffic. He's just firing up. Get ready for a very steep cost of entry to market. Running the first ad with no Google reviews, you're just literally relying on a landing page that has the trust. I'm looking at a really cool landing page right now. It's light. It has all of the banking logos. We've got Combank, ANZ, St. George, etc. So in other words, all of the banks that they then earn commission on. It's light, it's a pink color, it's got the fluoro green. So it's like when someone inquires on this, when someone lands on the site, it's like it feels a little bit more trustworthy. So in a nutshell, what are the things that you can do? You can fire up a Google ad and just bid on the term business loan or lending broker. Each cost at the moment, according to Google, is $64 a click. You might need 5 clicks for one of these inquiry forms to be filled out. That inquiry form is pretty basic. First name, surname, email, phone number, what type of loan do you want, what postcode you want, and I agree that this loan is over $10,000. And that's it. You've got to call them straight away. Now, that inquiry is probably sent out on 5 or 10 other websites as well. You've got to call them. You've got to close the lead. You might need 10 inquiries. So we had 5 clicks, let's say it's $50 per click, and every 5 clicks there's an inquiry, so that's $250 per an inquiry, and maybe we need 4 inquiries for there to be a closed business. So all of a sudden that's $1,000 for the business to be closed, plus any kind of marketing fees and all the other stuff that goes in running something like this. So the question is that positively geared? Sometimes it might be, sometimes it won't. But then if you deliver a good experience, that person might refer you. Now the referral stuff, it's really interesting because I find referrals work well in some places and not well in other places. For example, here, from what I can see, it's just a race to the bottom. Who's got the cheapest rate initially, and then who's got the best conditions, which are constantly changing. So it's just a race to the bottom of who's willing to lose more money. It's like a loss leader, right? A mortgage broker, finance broker, lending broker can show up on Google Maps or Google Organic Results. Now, Google Maps is much more realistic because there may not be a dominant large bank that's gunning for those key terms in those suburbs. You might just get lucky in certain areas, you find that your Google listing, your office address will show up higher than the local banks. So that's where local SEO can work. Now, if you're in the CBD of Sydney, Melbourne, or any major city, you're going to have a bad time here because you're going to have big boy banks and large financial bodies ranking for these terms. Ranking for business loan in Melbourne is going to be dominated by monster sites. You're probably not going to get anywhere in the organic results. However, in rural towns, in less dense suburbs, your listing can show up on Google Maps, and you might find that you might show up for mortgage broker plus suburb, whatever that suburb might be, as long as it's not super dense. It's not, I don't know, what are the suburbs of Sydney or Melbourne or Perth that, you know. So the advice is going to be, hey, let's look at the numbers. We can potentially fire up a campaign, but be prepared. Like, you're going to have to burn some cash to understand how many clicks do we need for one lead and how many leads do we need for a closed business. And it's just the numbers game from there. So will that money be wasted with a Google ad? If we're bidding on business loans and you actually do business loans, no, because you're going to start to get people that are looking for business loan. Now, I just Googled business loan. I clicked on the ad. So yes, you're going to get clicks of people that are not relevant, but that just falls into the numbers game. And so you run this ad for 3 or 4 months at least, because that's how long it takes for the Google ad algorithm to properly mature with all the negative key terms that we're going to be loading up, with all the sculpting of the landing page. But I'm already looking at a few really impressive landing pages, and there's only so much that you should have on a landing page. You should have who you are, what you do, some sort of a trust element. How many reviews do you have? We're proud members of FBAA, AFCA. Are you one of those members? Maybe go get that membership. Then list all the banks that you work with. We've got all the 4 big banks here, and list some rates. And hopefully they're small enough for someone at the time to inquire. Now, the term business loan gets 12,000 hits per month. Mortgage broker gets 27,000 hits per month. Lending broker gets 27,000 hits per month. And finance broker gets 3,600 hits per month. So the chunk of the pie is there. People are definitely searching it. And hey, I think in this case, a lot of people will click on an ad that hasn't come from one of the 4 major banks because they feel like they might get a better rate. Hope that makes sense. So that would be local SEO can work in this space. Google Ads can work in this space. Facebook ads, look, that's intrusive marketing. What are the chances that someone sitting on the couch watching TV needs a loan then and there? There's a chance, and that falls under billboard advertising, brand awareness. But if I wanted to get leads ASAP, I'd be putting my cash into a Google ad, setting an SEO optimized, local optimized website, and beginning the organic rankings, deconstructing the competitors in those suburbs that we want to get the traffic in, and hopefully doing better than them. Just be prepared to be blocked by monster sites, the likes of the big 4.